This video is all about the general test practice for the GRE exam. The graduate record examination has got two sections, section 3 and section 4 about quantitative reasoning. Each carries 25 questions, which is of 40 minutes duration. Let's see a sample example for a test here. The first question says that there are two quantities where the Pythagorean theorem can be used, and you have to check whether these quantities satisfy one of these results. Quantity A is greater, B is greater, two are equal, or you cannot find any relationship here. Now, using the Pythagorean theorem, we can find x as square root of 8 squared plus 4 squared, which is square root of 48. For the second one, it is square root of 4 squared plus 4 squared, which is 32. And you can say that the quantity A is greater. We have x minus 2y, x plus 2y equal to 4. A minus b, a plus b formula, a squared minus b squared, which is x squared minus 4y squared, and that is equal to 4. But the quantity b says the answer is 8. So the quantity b is greater. Here 3 halves cups is 24 cookies because 2 dozen cookies. And if I want to find for 1 cup, it is 2/3 of 24, which is 16 cookies. But if I want 2 cups, then there will be 32 cookies. For quantity B, we have 32, and quantity A, we have 30. So you know that answer is quantitative B is greater. Here it says you have a rectangular region which are 10 miles apart, and the power station is located on the boundary with 3 substations in it. Now it is difficult for us to find the relationship between these two because the positions can be at any point on the boundary, and these 3 points A, B, C can move maybe diagonally opposite or close to each other or even close to the power station. We do not know what the locations are. So we cannot find the relationship between the two variables, and the answer is D in this case. If 6 is less than x less than 7 and y is 8, we can divide throughout by y, and we'll get 6 by y is less than x by y less than 7 by y, but y is 8. So 6/8 is less than x by y less than 7/8. 6/8 is 0.75, 7/8 is 0.875. So x by y can take even values 0.85 or greater than 0.85. And at times x by y can also take values less than 0.85. So the relationship cannot be determined from the information given. Now you have a circle where an equilateral triangle is drawn inside. If we take only the sector here, it looks like the sides are radius 2, 2, 2 because the perimeter of the triangle is 6, so the sides are 2, 2, 2. And the angle must be 60, 60, 60 because the radius is equilateral triangle here. We can easily find the value for S, where S is r times theta, and theta is 60 degrees. 60 degrees pi by 3, so it is 2 pi by 3. But when you consider this equilateral triangle inside the circle, it looks like there are 6 such triangles inside the circle. You can, when you complete all these similar triangles, equilateral triangles inside the circle, you can find 6 such triangles to complete the whole circle. So when you multiply this by 6, we get the total arc, which is the circumference, which is 12 pi by 3, and that is our quantity A. But quantity B is only 12, so quantity A is greater. In the 7th question, the standard deviation between 0 and 10 and the standard deviation between 10 and 20 are asked. It doesn't say whether we are going to take any value, the standard deviation is minimum or maximum. So the points can be any point between 0 and 10. So we cannot say that the values are equal or greater, it can be anything. And hence the value cannot be determined. So for the first quantity, you can simplify the factor, which is x raised to 8, which is x raised to 9. And quantity b is also x cubed whole raised to 3 power whole, which is x raised to 9. The two quantities are equal. For the first case, when modulus of x plus modulus of negative 2 we take, modulus of negative 2 is still plus 2. So it is mod x plus 2. When we take the value for the quantity b, that is consider x minus 2, we know that x minus 2 is less than x plus 2. When we take mod on both sides, absolute value of x minus 2 is less than absolute value of x plus 2. But absolute value of x plus 2 is less than absolute value of x plus absolute value of 2. So the first value is less than this, or quantity A is greater. Now in the rest of the questions, it will have 5 answer choices. You have to find the best out of it. You are asked to solve these systems of linear equations and you have to find the difference between x and y. If I want to solve the system of linear equation, I can easily enter the augmented matrix in my graphing calculator. And if I'm trying to find the reduced row echelon form, and I see that the values for x is 33 by 20 and y is 3 on 20, so the difference x minus y will be 3 by 2, which is B. We have triangle ABC where one angle is 25, the other angle is 90 degrees, greater than 90 degree, obtuse, and then the third angle must be 180 minus 25 plus 90, which is 65, and it should be less than 65. When it is less than 65, the choices are A, B, C, and D. 1 over 2 raised to n is less than 0.001. So if I take the reciprocal, 2 raised to n will be greater than, when we take the reciprocal, the inequality sign changes. So it is greater than 1 by 0.001, which is 1000. But 2 raised to 10 is 1024, and hence all first 4, A, B, C, D, are better choices. We have a tall building, 12 feet tall, and the shadow is 8 feet. And there is another similar pole, upright pole, which caused a shadow of 10. So we have got two similar triangles. Using similar triangle property, I get x on 10 is 12 by 8. So you can solve for x, and x will be 15, and the answer is D. We are trying to find the prime numbers. The prime numbers are numbers which are divisible by 1 and itself only. And if I'm trying to take values, say, from 2 to 23, I have 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, and 23. It says A is the smallest prime greater than 21, so A is 23. B is the largest prime less than 16, so it should be 13. So the product AB will be 299, and the answer is A. For 15, you have a fixed cost $13.50 and a variable cost $0.0075. So the total for 40.50 will be 13.50 plus 0.0075x. You can solve for x and you get the value for x is 3600 gallons. In this question, we have two lists and we have to find the median for both the list R and S, and then we have to find the difference between those two. So whenever we find a mean, we have to sort them out first and then we have to pick the middle term. So when we do sorting out and, for the first list and the second list, you can rewrite that in the ascending or descending order. Then when you pick the middle term, the medians are 27 and 19 and the difference is 8, and hence the answer is A. A bar graph is given, and in question 17 it says the two corporate sectors from 1988 to 1991 made a total contribution in 1991 of approximately how many $1 million more? We have to give the answer correction to $10 million. Now when we see this, it looks like for finance, the difference is 21%, and the increase is only in finance and services, and the increases are only 21% and 5% respectively. All other things are all decreased. So if I'm taking the total, which is 26% of that total for 1991, the total is only $520 million. So 26% of 520 million will be 135.2 million. And if we are writing this correction to nearest $10 million, we can write that as $1410 million. Now, if I want to find how many 6 corporate sectors listed each contributed more than 60 million. So we must find what is 60 million for both the years 1988 and 1991. 60 million will be 9.52 and 11.54 accordingly. So we are looking for values where for 1988 it should be greater than 9.52, 90 and 1991 it is greater than 11.54. We can see only 3 cases here: services, manufacturing and others, because only in those 3 cases this condition is true. Both the conditions are true, and hence your answer is C. Using the same chart, from 1988 to 1991, which corporate sector decreased its support? So when we observe the last 4 bar graph, it looks like only under manufacturing the difference is more, which is 11%, and hence your answer is B. Of the retail sectors 1991, so the retail sector contribution for 1991 is 8% of 520 million, which is 41.6 million. 1/4 of this went to symphony. So 10.4 millions went to symphony. From the remaining, which is 41.6 minus 10.4, which is nothing but 31.2, half of that went to public TV. So public TV received the difference, 5.2 million more, which is the answer A. We have 2 sets, L and M, where L plus M is 9,300. If L is 7,100 and M is 5,200, the total becomes 12,300. So in this situation, both A and B are possible. C and D are positive integers. So let us take C to be 12 and D to be 6. The GCD of 12 and 6 is 6. GCD of 12 and 12 plus 6, which is 18. 12 and C plus D is 6. The GCD of 12 and D squared is 6 squared 36 is 12. So only the first two are the same, and hence our answer is A. For 23, it says the average of 9 numbers is 9. So sum of 9 numbers divided by 9 will be 9, or the sum of 9 numbers will be 9 times 9, 81. And in the second case, it says the sum of 11 numbers, the arithmetic mean of 11 numbers is 14. The average for 11 numbers is 14. So sum of 11 by 11 will be 14, where sum of 11 numbers will be 14 times 11, which is 524. But sum of 11 numbers can be sum of 9 plus the sum of remaining 2. Sum of 9 we already got as 81. So the sum of the remaining will be 154 minus 81, which is 73. But we are asked to find the average of these two. So 73 by 2, which is 36.5. Of the 750 participants in the professional meeting, 450 are females, and half of the female and 1/4 of the male are less than 30 years old. So if we have 450 females and 300 males, half of 450 and 1/4 of 300, which is 300, are less than 30 years old. We are trying to find the probability of this. So the probability of favorable is 300. The total possibility is 750. 300 by 750 will be 0.4, which is nothing but 2/5, and hence your answer is D. And the last question is, in the xy plane, the equation is given as 3x minus 2y equal to 8, and we are asked to find the slope. So if we can rewrite this in the slope-intercept form, y is equal to mx plus b, I can write 2y equal to 3x minus 8, or y is equal to 3/2 of x minus 8 by 2, which is -4. So this 3/2 becomes the slope, and -4 becomes the intercept, and hence our answer is B. This video helped us to understand the GRE questions under reasoning. This helped us to practice more problems from the GRE exam. Thank you for listening, and thank you for watching this video. Thank you.